As part of any teaching and learning process, it is important that data can be gathered and analysed from students for monitoring, supporting, and implementing evaluation processes. Online questionnaires are quite simply questionnaires that are conducted online rather than the more traditional paper-based approach, and which can be accessed by students via a web link. Students can answer questionnaires online, and the data will be gathered into a database of sorts by the online questionnaire tool. Google Forms is one of the most straightforward, flexible and useful online form tools which can be used to support all this. From a language teaching point of view, tools like Google Forms can be used to support and address student understanding, or can be used to evaluate just specific activities. The following steps are a useful process to get started in developing your online form. To begin, go to google.com/forms. If you don't have a Google account, you'll want to create one to start setting up your forms. Click on the option to go to Google Forms, and inside this area you'll be displayed any forms which you already have. If you want to, you can create a new form by clicking on the blank option or selecting from one of the templates available here. You can also select more templates by clicking on the template gallery. If we click on the blank form option, that will allow us to create a custom Google form. You can give the form a title by clicking on this area at the top and putting in the title of your form. You can also put in a form description in this area. You can set up your different questions by clicking into this first question area. You can identify what type of question you want to add to your form through this drop down on the right hand side. You can add the question to be asked inside in this area here. If you're using a multiple choice question or a checkbox question, you can add additional options by clicking into the area for add option or add other. You can also click on the add other option here to add a text field to the end of this question. Over in this area on the right hand side, you can add additional questions by using this button. You can import questions here. You can add in a title and a description area similar to what is available at the top, and you can also add a section in order to create a new page in the form which the users will have to progress onto. When you're happy with your form, you can click on the send button in the top right corner, which will allow you to send the form to others through email or through a specific link. If you click on the send option, you can put in an email to send the form to directly, or else you can click on this option here in order to and then send to others or make available to them in some other format. By sending out the questionnaire to students, you can gather data from them which you can then access in Google Forms in a number of ways. After students have begun filling in your form, if you click into the form and click into the responses area at the top of the screen, you'll be able to see the responses which students have given you for your various questions. You can also access, if you want to, a Excel file, also known as a Google Sheet, by clicking on this button in the top right corner to create spreadsheet. By clicking on this, it will ask you if you want to create a new spreadsheet or select an existing one, and if you create a new one, Google Forms will create an Excel Google Sheet of the answers for the quiz, which you can then, if you wish to, print, download, so on and so forth, by going to the file area and selecting email to email it as an attachment, download to download it as an Excel file or PDF, or to print it. Before sitting down to develop an online questionnaire, it's important to consider a number of elements. Your use of your questionnaire should be led by what aspects of the learning experience you want to evaluate and how you want to do so. This could include gauging the students' overall satisfaction with the learning process and the teaching involved. It could involve you allowing students to indicate what elements of the training they are unfamiliar with or what elements would need revisiting for them. Be careful also not to One quick and useful way of using Google Forms would be to quickly set up a questionnaire after a class or after a semester to gather feedback from your students on how they found your class, what they liked or did not like, what they would recommend you change for future students.